So thanks again for coming. I can't believe it's Thursday already. This is like geek heaven, and it's going to end tomorrow. So sad. But, at least you're here. This is like, hopefully, the climax of your geek heaven week. And so hope you got to the right session. This is Log Analytics using Operations Management Suite. You obviously did not sign up for this session because originally when you're signing up for it, it was Log Analytics and I think like visualization using Azure Operational Insights, right? And so, well, thank you. Starting the timer. And so, you all heard the keynote. You now know that Operational Insights is now Operations Management Suite. So I'm going to be spending a little bit of time going through, kind of like the rationale and how we got to that. And I took out the end visualization because the name is too long. But you're at the right place. I'm Joseph Chan, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm the product lead for the Log Analytics service that is a part of the Operations Management Suite. Okay, and my team is here with me. Well, a little bit of my team, some part of my team is here with me. And so we'll be happy to answer questions at the end. Afterwards, if you got any, and if we can't get to you, which is typically the case, there's like a lot of people that want to ask questions. You can always come to the booth. We got a pretty heavy, product team presence down there. So be sure to visit our booth at the expo. And I think that's it. Oh, yeah, thanks for the reminder, Satya. So we got our email address here. So if you want to take a picture or copy that down or just go to Channel 9 later to just look at it again, you can do that. Be sure to follow my Twitter account there. I just got past, my, personal goal. And hopefully I'll make the next mark with your help. Okay, so let's get started. OMS. How many of you in here started using the first incarnation of this thing, which is called Advisor from the beginning? Wow, you're a faithful, loyal crowd. This is like from the beginning. So I think I owe you an explanation on what the heck is going on, right? So, we moved from Advisor then to Azure Operational Insights, and there's some fiasco there. It's like you turn into Azure, and you can only work with Azure, you can't work with on-premise, and what is this thing, does it do recommendation? And there's this log thing all of a sudden, right? And so I explained that part, a year ago, so we're all good there. So now we have become Ops Management Suite. The idea is that this is really a reflection, the name change, the rapid name change is a reflection of our cloud cadence. Our team is able to move just so fast through the cloud delivery and deliver value in such a high velocity. The scope and the value that we're bringing to you just constantly evolve and expanding to a point where based on the feedback and based on the interaction and based on the directive we get within the company, we're all asked to basically just expand the capability of operational insights and combine that and integrate that with other great management services, such as Azure Automation, as well as our recovery services, to form a new suite called Operations Management Suite, which is intended to be as we grow the service, as we better integrate the service, to turn that into a unified IT management solution. The idea is that we want to take the log analytics capabilities in OMS, which provides insights and visibility into your environment, and take automation, which gives you command and control capability, together form a foundation for a future management platform, right? When you have the ability to see, and when you have the ability to collect a lot of data to make good decisions, then the next thing that you want to do is to take action. And with that, you basically have everything that you need to handle any challenges in your IT operation. Now, obviously, there's an understatement, right? Every single IT challenge has its own set of, depth problem and technical obstacle that needs to be overcome. But that is a great foundation to have in order to build solutions on top of that. And so with that foundation, we want to stand up a lot of solutions on top of OMS. And as we launch OMS, we're taking the solutions that we have in operational insights, which you're already getting, like, for example, great solutions like chain tracking, capacity planning, workload assessment, such as Active Directory assessment, SQL Server assessment, as well as other intelligence pack or solutions, such as system update assessment and malware protection assessment, right? And we're able to combine that and going to be adding other solutions, such as recovery, into the gallery, so that we provide a vibrant and wide set of solutions on this platform. The rationale behind why we changed the name from Intelligence Pack to Solution is that Intelligence Pack was more intended to be about visibility again, right? Gathering data, providing intelligence. And Solution is a holistic set of solutions that doesn't just give you visibility, but actually help you solve problems as well, right? Using automation. And that's why we rename it to Solution. Now, for those of you who have not been using operational insights, you're like, what the heck are you talking about, right? So I'm going to go right into the gut of the talk right now, which is the insight aspect of OMS, and this will be the focus of this talk, okay? Now, this is our landing website for OMS, and I think is really beautiful. And everything you need is there in the form of two little blue buttons. One is right in the middle in front of your face called Try for Free. For those of you who have not tried for free, you should try for free now. I don't mind if you whip out your laptop and just do it now. Don't listen to my talk, just sign up for free, right? That's actually more important than listening to me. So if you want to do that, I encourage you to do that. And for those of you who need to sign into your existing Operational Insights account, every single Operational Insights account are now automatically upgraded to OMS account. So when you go to this landing page, click Sign In. You'll be brought in to the new account site. You may try to go back to Op Insight, then you'll be redirected back to this, or we'll just log you right into the new account anyway. So there's no way to escape. We really cornered you there. So you're all good. All right. So one thing I want to emphasize is that even though we make a lot of changes in the cloud, one thing that we ensure that we do is that every changes occurred in a very seamless and frictionless manner. Okay, it is the utmost priority to us that we ensure every changes is provided to you, so that you don't have to do any work to get the value out of that, except for remembering the new name, right? That's a little bit of work. But aside from that, we try to make it as easy as possible. I always forget the URL to the site, so here's the URL to the site. It's Microsoft.com/OMS. Remember this vanity URL? This is all that you need to remember. When you actually go to this URL, it resolves into some really ugly long URL. You don't have to remember that. It's not our fault. The marketing team decided to use that, and but we fought to give you this. So remember, the program managers and the engineers were the good guys, and we gave you a short URL. Yeah, my marketing friends is probably not going to like me a lot. Okay, so with that said, giving you a little bit of a context on OMS, we now want to dive into the core component of this talk, which is log analytics. By the way, how many of you are here, were there at Jeremy's platform and vision session for System Center and Management? Okay, quite a few people in here. So, and you watch my embarrassing demo where I was just struggling to get data out of the hot cluster, and I was like dancing on hot rock and fire. And I did okay there? Yeah? No? Oh, this is like the silence. Okay, well, everything is working just fine today, so it's great. All right, so, on the OMS site, we decided to name the log analytics capability as log analytics. But one of the things that we debated a lot about was, well, should we use the term monitoring, or should we use the word analytics, or log analytics? Let's treat it as one word, okay? So we decided to go with log analytics because it sounds cooler and more modern. But from a more practical standpoint, log analytics is really intended to be the future approach for providing monitoring as a service. Okay, so keep that in mind. We intend to use this for real-time monitoring, and if you question whether, if we have certain feature that's missing, or if we intend to actually provide monitoring, do not doubt. We will provide monitoring if there's any gap, and it is a path that we are definitely rolling towards at a very rapid pace, so that you can have a full-blown enterprise monitoring solution through our log analytics capability. So what is log analytics anyway? Let me see, I did all the renaming here. It's an old slide. It always says like Op Insight on here. I think I made all the name changes correctly. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so log analytics. What it does is basically a giant cloud service that allows you to collect massive amounts of machine data, regardless of the destination it was, the source it was coming from. We want to support any cloud, any platform. Okay, and this is not a cloud service built for Azure. This is not a cloud service that is built for Windows Server. This is a cloud service that is built for your environment, whatever it is that you want to use. Okay, so we designed the system from the ground up to target hybrid cloud scenario. Okay, the architecture is designed in a way such that we are not coupled with any particular cloud design or any operating systems specifics. And the log analytics approach is great for that because at the end of the day, what we're just really collecting is data. And so it's fantastic. Now, the service is designed in a way such that it's optimized to scale to collect a specific type of data called machine data. Machine data are basically any type of data that are very high volume, typically in the form of a time series, usually semi-structured or unstructured. Okay, event, which you're very familiar with, is a form of machine data. If you think about it, right, it's a time series data. Got a timestamp. It's semi-structured because it typically have a field called computer. It has a field called ID. So it got some structure to it. But when you look at the payload, the descriptions or the event data portion, all the event parameters, right? None of us really know what is going to go in there. So that's the unstructured portion of it, right? And what we want to do is to take in these type of data, massive amount of them, right? Whether they're events, web log entries, performance counters, security events, syslog, security log, it doesn't matter. We want to take all of that data in so that we can give you insights. Now, I kind of covered the hybrid aspect of that early on, but I just really want to emphasize that we're not simply saying that we want to design an architecture that can work with any cloud and any platform. In fact, we want to do first-class work so that you can easily connect to any cloud and any platform. Okay. Now, we're most familiar with System Center, Windows, and Azure, so it'll be a shame if we don't do a good job over there, right? And we connect to System Center and attach that really easily. It literally takes 3 clicks to get you onboarded to the cloud service. 3 clicks. Satya and co was actually working at the booth I think, May last year, right? And we have someone came by the booth with their laptop and asked what, this is. And they, saw a little bit of a preview demo on that, and they thought it was great. It's actually a DBA from a law firm. And we onboarded their system. It was about like 250 servers, and in like 5 minutes at the booth. That's all it takes. 3 clicks. Okay, it's really, really easy. So simplicity is definitely a concept and principle that we uphold and carry forward to that we want to do in any scenario. Attaching to individual Windows Server is as easy as attaching to System Center. Now, if you have System Center, you have done the hard work of deploying all the agents. If you've got 1,000 agents out there, we don't want you to do the work again. Okay, so that's why it takes just 3 clicks. But if you want to use the cloud service as a standalone tool, right, you don't have System Center, we got you covered as well. We got a direct agent approach where you can download the agent directly from the cloud onto your machine, and you can deploy it through however method you want, right? Through SCCM, through PowerShell, I don't know, whatever you want. Get that out, and it will just connect right up to the cloud. It's that easy, right? And that agent is actually the same agent that you use in System Center. So if here's one actually really interesting scenario that I was talking to one of the audience here the other day, where he was trying to onboard just a small portion of his environment to try out the cloud service, and he doesn't want to touch the System Center deployment. So what he can do is he can actually download the direct agent to the same box that is already managed by System Center, right? And what happened is during the install, we'll recognize that the agent is already deployed. It's the same agent. And we'll just add the cloud connector, which is a thin piece of software, onto your agent, right? And just like in SCOM agent that can multi-home to a multiple management group, right? That agent will continue to talk to the management group that you have on premise, and it can also talk to the cloud service as if it is an individual computer talking directly to the cloud service. Okay, I just thought that some of you may want to try that and give you that story. And obviously, we cover Azure VMs. And boy, adding Azure VM is so easy. It's not even funny. You just go into your subscription, sign up for Op Insight. Actually, you still need to sign up for Op Insight there. And then basically just say, click the checkbox on the computers, on VMs that you want to add in there, and you're good to go. Okay, it's really simple. And obviously, we got AWS covered too. If you want to use AWS, God bless your soul. Our agent, the direct agent, will continue to work in that guest environment. And we love you too, and we love AWS too. And we'll be doing first-class work to actually onboard the data over. And if you look at our Getting Started experience, the new Getting Started experience in OMS, in fact, we got a little button on there that says coming soon, that says that you can just click that and be able to onboard S3 storage account where you got machine data in there and pull those data in. So that is coming, and that is in the work. So we love AWS too. And we love Linux. All right. I think I've shared the love enough. And so we got this really efficient pipeline that collects all these machine data into the service. And what we do is we basically indexes all of these data as they come in so that we can provide this really fast, fluid, and intuitive search experience, a single experience, so that you can search across any type of data, regardless of format, regardless of type, regardless of where they're coming from, all through a single search bar. It's really simple. So that you can get real-time insights. You can do ad hoc exploration across billions of log entries that is stored in your big data repository. Really, really quickly, fast, intuitive. And be able to correlate and combine those data, which is really hard to do typically. Just dealing with different log types and dealing with different machines and different sources. Now it's just really, really simple. And giving you the capability to visualize on top of the result that you've produced. And through that basic foundation, we're able to produce some amazing out-of-the-box solutions that we offer in our gallery. most of which I've mentioned before, including capacity, chain tracking, security and audit, and so forth. Now, we are a pretty new service in terms of a product. We existed about, still actually less than 1 year. I think it takes a couple more days, then we'll be fully 1 year. And we acknowledge that there are gaps. There are gaps. But we move fast. Look at the velocity. I'm counting from May last year, all the features that we've delivered. And we work nonstop. Nonstop. Marcin right here, I don't think he slept for the entire year. All he does was work, right? But don't worry about it. We pay him good money, but he can't sleep. And we're able to deliver all these amazing features, 30-plus features in under 12 months. 30-plus features. Not counting the stuff that are coming soon, okay? If you add that to it, we're getting close to like 40. So we work and deliver value to you continuously. And we do not make up those ideas in our head, right? Me and Sati and Tigran, we don't go into our room and, just started brainstorming and, I don't know, smoke some weird stuff and hallucinate and come up with features. We sit in front of this tool called User Voice, and we look at your feedbacks. We call you. We set up cohorts. So if we reach out to you, we hope that you're willing to answer the phone call and get on some of our cohorts. If you receive a survey from us, we hope that you'll fill it out. Because those are the steering wheels that we're giving to you so that you can drive this engine. Okay? You are the one in control. You are the boss. Okay? I work for you. And so through your feedback, you can dictate what we do. Now, you can't just all say, individual things, and we can't do 6,000 things at the same time, right? So obviously, we're going to be doing things that has high number of votes, right? That has a lot of interest in it, and we'll prioritize those type of ideas and get on it quick. And so the concept of feedback is really important, and when you see the feedback button in the portal, and you felt like you have something to say it. When you've got a problem, log it in there, right? Reach out to us. Tell us what you think. Now, this service is now officially generally available. It's not a preview product anymore, but we have been in preview for a year. And you're like, well, there's this brand new product. Should I wait a while, before I try it out? Let the other guy take the shot first, right? See if there's any casualties, and I'll keep my eye on the forum and see, if anyone's environment blow up or something like that. Well, you don't have to do that. Through last year, through our preview phase, we have on board more than 10,000 customers already. We're managing hundreds of thousands of servers already in our cloud service. This thing is super popular. You need to get on this now if you're not already, okay, before it gets old. But we're not going to let it get old, though, because we keep adding features. So that's why you need to give us feedback, right? Right. All right. And we're collecting trillions of events. Trillions of events. This thing just scales like crazy. Okay, we have no throughput limit. 0 throughput limit. It's just the most elastic service on the planet for log analytics. It just scales. Let me give you this story. When we launched the service back in May last year, we put in one node in our search cluster. We start up one node, this little baby in our search cluster in Azure heaven in the cloud, right? And we tell it to rise and go do work, right? And we have this algorithm that controls it, and then we turn off the lights and we go to have lunch, and we never looked at it again. And it was able to scale itself out to be able to manage this number of customers, this many events, and this many servers all on its own. Now, it's not that we didn't pay any attention to it, but we obviously deploy new codes, but we never manually intervene. We always let the code and the auto-scale algorithm do its job, okay? Because we want this thing to scale. We want this thing to be elastic. We want this thing to be able to handle the highest amount of sudden load increase and still deliver value to you as if nothing is happening. This is how well it is performing. And again, you're not alone. A lot of people are trying it out, and we got a lot of data to ensure that this thing is running well. So enough said. Let's look at a demo. And in fact, most of the session from now on is just going to be demos. Okay. Well, they said that, if I'm going to enter my password, I can use this logo site so you can stare at some weird blue picture. So you actually don't know how many characters I've entered in my password or something. Great. All right. So when you click on Sign In, you'll land right into our overview page. This is our overview page. Isn't it beautiful? I look at it every day and smile. And I just go to my Surface Pro and just spin it around like this. I like that little bounce, it's just so enjoyable looking at that. Okay. And you can see I got a lot of solutions in here. Just tons of solutions. Now I'm going to have Satya walk up here to talk about solutions later. And what I want to do right off the bat is to talk about the core log analytics capability. Okay. At the heart of this product is log search. Log search is our first and foremost, the number one solution in OMS. Okay. And it's so special that we made that special icon up on the upper left-hand corner. This, blue color thingy. I picked that. Alex over there hated it. But I know you like it, so I defended you. I made it blue. But actually, I'm not going to go into log search yet because I got this really amazing personalized dashboard that's even prettier than the tile itself there. I'm going to start there. So you've got this thing called My Dashboard. It's a place where you can pin your searches in there on things that you care about. Okay, so these are all just safe searches that you can drag and drop in there so that you can look at any metrics that you care about. Okay, and so you can do things such as, say, look at all software changes that's been happening over time in your environment. You can drill down into it to find out more. Look at how fast that is. I got 400 million events in this account. And it zoomed down to this 578 result in half a second. Okay? Try that on your event viewer. So this thing is just amazing. Oh, and we got this really great autocomplete capability. So whenever you type something you forgot, we're always there to help because I know I can't be there beside you. And I asked for this feature so that as if I'm just holding your hand when you're doing search. And so you can do this. And the team came up with an even better idea. So if you like typing, you like searching, we can do that. There are administrators and system engineers that like shell. Okay? But if you like to point and click, we got this new feature right here where you can go to a field and you can just select that field. You can say, I want to group by computer. This is brand new, okay? So what I'm going to do is, I'm looking at all my software changes that is happening over time right now. And I want to group that changes by computer just to see the computers that I care about, what is the velocity of software changes that is happening on that box. So I'm going to say group by computer. Okay, voila. We just sliced that data down to a view where we're showing you the distribution of changes by computer. Okay. So if you're looking at this view right here, you saw my domain controller that's sitting here. A domain controller of 22 changes in the last 7 days. This is unacceptable. We must investigate. So let's drill in and see what's going on. So I come in here, it's like, whew. Okay, the first thing I'm seeing is that some definition update for Microsoft Endpoint Protection. Those are good things that is happening, right? You want it to be protected. So 22 data points. Who has time to read all 22 log entries, right? This is crazy. I don't have time for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the left-hand side on the facet right here and see what the type of changes that I have. So it looks like I got 21 updates. So updates are these like type of normal updates, such as malware protection updates and so forth. But I do have one application change that has happened on the domain controller. So what I'm going to do is like shopping in Amazon, right? Shopping for shoes, right? Ladies in here, right? Just looking for heels, okay? But in this case, it's application. I'm going to click on that and see what are the changes that's been happening on here. And I was like, okay, nothing weird. It's just a library update, so we're all good. So that is a great way to see how you can inspect and investigate changes that you might be concerned about. Now, I got this really neat feature on the right-hand side, on your right-hand side, that's right, right-hand side, called Search History. Whenever you're doing searches, like you're going crazy at it, going back and forth, right? You can use this to go back in time. This is like Time Machine. And say, I want to go back in time and look at this, old search that I have over here, which I like because it counts the changes by computer, and I want to come back and look at this thing. And so what you can do is you can save this and call it software changes by computer for Ignite. I'll save it under my Joe's folder. You can create your own folder, whatever category you want. Click Save. And now this is accessible in Save Search. So if you look it up, software changes, right? It will show up in here. But for those of you who love to scroll, because it's like, I don't know, that's sensation of like just text flying in your face, right? You can do that too. And got this like really nice, like I really like this thing. I do that all day. Show less, show all. It's so fluid. Okay, so now you got the Save Search. Another way to use it is to go back to my dashboard. Oh man, watch this. This thing is so cool. I can customize my dashboard, right? And we don't ask you to do these funky things or bring up a dialog, fill in like a tax form, right? And then like indicate, what is this? Okay, whoa, don't go in the news. Okay. Or we can do that together, right? It's like, that looks like it's urgent. I'll read it together. Where was I? Yeah, we won't require you to fill out a tax form and fill in all this property just so that we can stick a stupid square on the dashboard, right? You can come in here. You can say software changes. Got so many software changes. Oh, there we go. This is the one. I put a little marker on there. It says Ignite, right? And just drag and drop this thing right in here. I like this guy, so I'm going to put it on the top. Not as much as the HTTP request, so maybe second. Okay, right here. And voila. You just added another metrics to your dashboard. Yeah. So what we're doing behind the scene is that we're actually analyzing your query. And in this case, because I am doing an aggregation, because I'm counting by computer, we recognize that. And so we're giving you the aggregate object count in here, which is 20 computers. That's the object we're analyzing. And we're giving you the top 3 result sets right here, the top 3 objects by distribution. And when you click on it, it'll bring you back into search. If we recognize that you're doing a pure filtering search, right, we'll just automatically give you a time series chart that gives you distribution over time. But you can also come in here, customize it, and say, I want to visualize it in a more metro-style format. Oh, wait a second, I can't use the word metro. It's like some supermarket in Germany or something like that. It's modern design. You can then say, I want it to be like just showing the giant number. And if the number is, over 21, looks like some kind of drinking age or something like that. If it's over 21, then, go red. And if it's not, then it's like just, stay gray, which is the case. But I like the charts, so I'm going to keep it like this. Okay. Now, the search experience is also great for doing troubleshooting. So let's dive into a troubleshooting a sample here and see what it can do for you. Say, in the last 24 hours, you have experienced a backup failure. Okay. And I don't know any better. I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to type backup to investigate. This is 24 hours. I'm going to save myself some time. Right? I'm looking at millions of events. So I'm going to look at 24 hours window. So I'm going to look for backup. And so it's going to return anything that contains the word backup in there. It's just a plain, keyword search right here. And what I want to look at is that I want to look at events. Right? I think my hint is in the events. That will tell me what's going on. So I'm going to click on events. On the left-hand side, again, no typing involved. And when you select the event type, our faceting system is intelligent. It recognizes that you're looking at the event type. So it actually changes the type of information that we show on the facets panel on the left-hand side. Right? And you can always add your own facet. So let's say you want to look at event log. You can do that. Add it. Right? So now the event log shows up on the left-hand side as well. Okay. So what I'm concerned about is the backup of one of my database servers. And unfortunately, it showed up, okay, in the last 24 hours, which is Bacon M03. By the way, all my servers named after food, so don't be offended by it. They're either bacon or waffle or fried egg or some beer, but Bacon is my database server. So I'm going to look into my database server right here, and we'll look into error. Oh, it's just error, so I'm all good here. And looks like I am getting some SQL writer error, unfortunately. And so let me see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll in the time a little bit. Actually, you know what? 24 hours I think is good enough. So I'm now focused at my computer. But I'm looking at the backup data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a step back and look at everything that is happening in that 24-hour window to see what's going on. So I'm going to hit just look for everything on this computer. Okay. And what happens is returning, all sorts of information to me. There's 9 different data types that's returned in the last 24 hours from this server. Okay. But the interesting thing here is that I'm getting some performance counter. And that is always a good, indication of what's going on. So what I'm going to do is just look through some of the counters in here. And, I'm looking at the disk. Looks like it's just picking up. Ooh, bad. Okay. Queue length is increasing. Read had spike. Write is not doing well. Okay, everything is just bad in terms of the disk. So this is giving me some hint. Okay, I'm getting a backup failure. It's timing out. My disk latency is increasing. What could have caused this to happen? And change, typically, you can see that the line was pretty smooth, and all of a sudden it spiked, right? So typically, changes triggers that. And so what we have been heavily investing on in OMS is the concept of operational context. What we want to do is bring in all sorts of different data types. Sometimes those data types doesn't even have events behind it. Change tracking is one example, right? And Satya is going to walk through that in more details later on how that works, right? But I'm going to leverage that data type. I got configuration change right here. I'm going to zoom into that specific data type. And I want to look at just software changes right here. And I saw that in that time frame right here, there was a defragmentation tool called Contoso Defrag. Anything that is named Contoso is written by Microsoft marketing team. So I know this is bad, right? Oh my goodness, it's like running on my production database server. And so this must be removed. So thankfully, we found the root cause of that, and so that's kind of explained it, right? The defragmentation software was, launched and running at the same time as I'm doing the backup, and so both are causing a lot of a read operation on there, which causes the disk latency to increase, and therefore leading to my backup timeout. So that is one example of how you can use log analytics to troubleshoot problem, and in my earlier example, how you can use it to build basically operational reports. Okay, and so I'm just checking my list here to see what I have not covered. Feedback. Remember I talked about that earlier, this button right here? Sometimes people ignore big things. The bigger we make it, it's like, some ad, just don't want to look at it. But, this is actually good, okay? So if you click on feedback right here, you can, just on the spot vote for other people's idea. If you like it, you can vote for it. Or you can go and say, see more ideas in forum. And this is where you can enter your idea in here and say, I want to collect RS logs. And you can see that, oh, it looks like the idea has been logged. Someone is asking for, advanced logs. But the collection of IS logs is actually completed already. Isn't that great? We actually inform you when we start an idea, and we send you a mail notification when you log an idea, if you voted for it, that if we are moving into the planning phase, you would know about it. When we move into the execution phase, you would know about it. When we have done the job and completed it, you would know about it, and then you can jump into the portal and just use it. It's just that simple, right? Feedback is great. Okay, and one thing that I want to cover is that I think, because this event is in Chicago, in case we have European visitor, like Daniele Grandini right here, one of our MVPs in System Center, who is traveling all the way from Italy, I'm happy to announce that we have our new service instance stood up in our West Europe data center. Okay, so for European customer, rejoice. Okay, Satya, come on up. Let's talk about solutions. You okay?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Awesome. So one of the challenges I think we all face in our IT day-to-day life is we are inundated with data, right? We have data coming from all different directions. One thing I think most of you are not looking forward to is going back Monday morning and seeing about 1,000 unread emails, right? And then having to worry about going through all those emails. How many of you have that problem? You think you're going to have that problem? I do not have a solution to that problem. What we do have is a way to bubble up the key operational metrics that you need to see for your environment. We call these views solutions, right? Working with you customers over the last couple of years, we've really tried to identify what are some of these key operational metrics that people want to see, and we try to provide them in a quick, easy way to kind of get in your environment. I think most of you will agree that your IT teams aren't growing fast by any means, and your IT staff is kind of being consistent now, and you need to do a lot more with the little time you have. And so we are trying to simplify your IT management experience with OMS. So I wanted to walk you through some of the key solutions we offer today and show you how we want to really simplify your life and your day-to-day activities with OMS. So what we have here are different blades. One thing you'll notice is this is a pure HTML5 view, and what I mean by that and what's the benefit of that is now you can have that consistent experience whether you're on your desktop, on your tablet device, or on your mobile phone as well. One thing that we've released is an app for actually viewing Operations Management Suite through your mobile phone as well, so you can download and have that great experience through your mobile phone as well. The first solution that I wanted to walk you through is our change tracking solution pack. I know a lot of us like being like Joseph and sorting through log data and trying to correlate different information. But me, myself, I like to get that quick, high-level glance of some of the key challenges in my environment, right? So one of the common challenges we always know is people want to know what changed in their environment. So this solution gives you that great insight into what servers have the number of changes, what applications have been installed. Someone in my team has installed Google Chrome, and I think I need to talk to those guys. And we also track service changes. So for example, if I want to know what processes got started or stopped, what parameters got changed in my environment, I can get that view in here. One of the common scenarios I think most of you have probably experienced at some point in your career is some person goes and changes the service startup password. They put a space by mistake on the password, and that has a trickle-down effect on the rest of your services, right? and it ends up being something simple as he just entered the wrong password or put the wrong password in. And we spend a couple of hours, if not more, trying to debug and figure out what the root cause is. Now with the change tracking solution, we can get to understanding what changed on the specific box in seconds instead of the hours that it used to take us before. How many of you here are AD administrators or involved with AD? Wow, a lot of you. Excellent. Then you're going to love this solution. This is our AD assessment pack. And essentially what we've done is, we really wanted to leverage our CSS engineers at Microsoft to give us some of the common challenges or some of the common problems they see in their customer environments. So our CSS engineers have actually written rules on some common misconfigurations they've seen in AD. And we've actually taken those rules, and what we do with our services, we actually go scan your environment, and we tell you if you detected any of these problem-causing misconfigurations or configurations that we don't recommend in your environment. So here, for example, we tried to break it down by security and compliance configuration settings that we think you should apply, availability and continuity. And what's great about this is we not only just report and tell you what we think you should take care of, we actually go and tell you how to go and fix the specific problem as well, right? So we really wanted to try and improve your management experience and leverage all the resources and knowledge that we have at Microsoft to help solve some of these problems. We have an AD assessments intelligence pack, a solution pack. We have a SQL assessment pack as well, and we'll have much more coming out working with our CSS engineers. Another solution pack, one of my favorites, and I know a lot of you guys are SCOM experts, is in order to find patterns of alert patterns in your environment, it used to be really hard. You had to go and open up SQL queries and write custom SQL reports to find, hey, even answer a simple question as, what is the most top generated alert in my environment? What is the most noisiest server in my environment? Now with the alert management solution, we provide you this data in a simple, consumable fashion. So you can see, hey, what are the top most common alerts that have been generated in my environment? What are the top alert-generating servers in my environment? And we not only provide you that, we actually give you a way to scope this information. So if you have multiple management groups in your environment, you can actually scope it and look at it if you just want to see it for your production management group, you can get that insight. And you can sort this by any time interval as well. So one of the benefits of using this as a cloud service is we store the data as long as you like, right? So you can go back and see the alert trends over a year. Or if you're in a near real-time troubleshooting scenario, you can look at it for the last hour or so as well, giving you that real flexibility that you don't often get with other services. And best of all is all these solutions I just showed you are actually powered by search. Search is the platform that a lot of our solutions are built in here. What that is beneficial for is actually drilling down. So say, for example, I want to drill down on a specific server. I can actually just click into the server, go into search, and view all the activities that have happened on this specific server, right? Very seamless, integrated experience, letting you to customize your views and get deeper insights into your environment. Another popular solution pack that we have is the system update solution pack. Now, again, a common problem that a lot of sysadmins have to do is to come up with reports on, hey, what servers have patches installed on them? What servers have a specific patch missing, right? Or usually when there's an important security update that's released, one of the things people are always running around trying to figure out is, hey, which of my servers actually have the patch installed? Which of the servers have this patch missing? Again, with this solution, you can now view and get a quick breakdown of, hey, which are the servers that have important security updates that are missing? Which of the, how many servers have the security update for Windows 8 missing in my environment? And we give you this information in a nice, easy, consumable fashion. We also break it down and give it to you by updates, what feature packs are missing in your environment, even driver software and what drivers are missing in your environment. Again, giving you that great consistent experience for your environment. Now, one of the common scenarios we've seen with a lot of our customers is this is not just a service-centric view. We have a bunch of retail customers that are using us today, and one of our major retailers is actually using this for their Windows 7 client machines, right? Because if you think about it, when you want to monitor your client machines, you're looking for some key things. You're looking for, hey, what changed on those kiosk machines? You're looking for whether those kiosk machines have the latest patches on them. You're looking at certain performance counters, right? You want to make sure that the performance of your customer's experience to checking out of those kiosks is meeting your SLAs that are there, right? So this is not just a server-centric kind of solution. You can definitely use it for your clients as well. Those were just a few of the solutions that we offer today. We have a huge number of them. Like Joseph mentioned, we have capacity solutions to do your capacity planning and forecasting. We have malware assessment to figure out whether your malware software is up to date and see if there's any malware in there. And one of our new and most popular solutions is the security and audit solution pack that we recently released. Tigran and Joseph have a session at 1:30 today where we'll actually go into depth of what are some of the key security scenarios we light up with our service over here. Again, we really would love to get your feedback. Take the time. If there's solutions that you see that are not in this space, go to the portal, provide your feedback, vote on this. And like we say, we really work at a very fast cadence. And so you no longer need to wait years to get updates or any new features that you want. It's more like months getting them. So take the time. If you haven't on board, we'd love to get you guys going. Give us feedback. Thanks, Chip.
Thank you, Satya. Good job, man. Okay, so I'm seeing some people leaving. Was people leaving? It's people leaving. They're going to regret this because they thought we got nothing new to show. And I left this to the second half of the session. So if you do know your friends that left, like, I've seen all this before, it's like talking about old crap, tell them that they missed out, okay? I'm going to give you the good stuff right now. All right, but before that, I still need to show one old thing. So I'm just going to pull the plug on here, and I just got to show this. I don't show this enough, which is the phone app that we have. Whoa. Yeah, when you show phone stuff, it just gets personal. Oh, just stop this. Where did you go? Phone projection? Email? Oh, there you are. Come up, rise, and do something. Piece of junk. Oh, geez. Don't worry, that's not part of OMS. Some random. Yes, show. There we go. So this is the mobile app for OMS. As you can see, it's not rebranded yet. It still says Azure Operational Insights, but imagine OMS on there. One thing is that, this is Windows Phone, and you're like, what the hell? You build a Windows Phone app. Who builds Windows Phone app? Yeah. And by the way, another reason why we did HTML5 is that so that we can look at the portal on iPad. It's like, love it. That's really why, Satya pushed for that. Oh, I want my iPad. But we actually listened to the data on this one. The feedback says 50% of the people wants it on Windows Phone. Now, I don't know, like these Windows Phone people out there is like conquering you iPhone and Android people. If this is not right, you've got to make it right by, adding votes onto the feedback forum, okay? This injustice. I actually want it to be on Android, but, here I am with the Windows Phone showing you this thing. And so feedback, right, and data. But this thing is beautiful. So you can go through the phone app where the dashboard that you have created on the portal, it will just seamlessly get reflected on the phone app, right? So if you look at the tile that I added before, all software changes, right? That shows up in here, right? You can also look at the overview and look at save searches. And if I go back to the dashboard view right here, you can go in and select into a tile and actually do some searching on your phone, right? And this thing is actually optimized for mobile use. So what you can do is you can just select a particular log entry. You can say, I want to group by computer and actually do analytics on your phone. And you can get that same awesome experience, right? Debug the domain controller again, right? Go into domain controller now. Show me all the changes. You got it, right? Same update. You can add fields right in here. So if there's any additional fields that you want to add, you can do it right on the spot. You can change your time range and so forth. Everything is good. Okay, old stuff though. Let's go back to the new stuff. Give me back great landline. Close this junk. I don't know what is this. Oh, that's my backlog. I can't show you that. That's basically everything that we're going to do. Okay, so going back to the overview page, we're going to show you things that is hot off the oven, new in the month of May, like a couple of days old, okay? What's going on in here? Okay, oh. Must be because I pulled the network right here. The cost of doing this phone thing is incredible. Tigran, I told you that I'm not going to do this ever again. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's going to come back soon, eh? All right, let's talk a little bit. Give it some time. Do you think time will help? Maybe. Time may help. Okay, fresh off the oven. Well, maybe it does need some help. Oh, dear. Very funny, Tom. It's back. Never mind the slide. Never mind talking. Let's go. All right. So let's go back inside again. Everything's live, so it's awesome. I skipped this step. You should never skip this step. Give us your email address. Never do that. Okay, I need to go back into a different account. While we're waiting for this, I just want to introduce the concept that there are many different workspaces that you can create. So if your company thinks that like you need a couple of accounts, for different, staging, development, QA, different type of environments, you can open up as many workspaces as you want. And the free trial is free forever. There's no expiration date on there. So keep it, use it. We just cap it at 500 megs of upload per day and let you search up to 7 days of data. That's the free trial. But you can use it and open as many as you want. The engineering manager for the search cluster does not like to hear that. Because opening all these things require resources. But I get to call the shot on what we actually offer. So it's free, and you get to keep it forever. Okay, so new stuff. All right, I'm going to just go off a laundry list type of demo right now. Syslog for Azure Linux VM, okay? So that just came in. Thank you, Alex. Where are you? Oh, you're still there. Great. Yeah, my staff never like to listen to my talk, and usually they're the people who leave first. And so Syslog, let's see Syslog. So this is the first step for us to, go forth and conquer Linux. Actually, not conquer. We love them. To embrace Linux. We now can actually use Azure Diagnostics to take syslog data from your Linux VM running in Azure, and we will suck that data in from your storage account so that it gets indexed and show up in here. We are furiously working on the on-premise version for Linux, okay? Furiously. Alex is not sleeping too. Actually, I don't know what he's doing here, listening to this talk. He should be working on that. And so type equals the syslog is how you can basically find this data. And voila, syslog. I know it's so simple, but let's just clap for that. It's great. You get all the faceting capabilities. So, again, if you want to group by computer for your syslog data, you can do that. Okay. Now, these syslog data has less structure in it than Windows events. Okay. They're even more unstructured. So, I'm going to save the rest of the demo for syslog a little bit later for a coming soon feature that is not yet available. Only I get to play with it, but I'm going to pay money to come to Ignite, so I've got to show you something cool, right? So I'm going to show you that later on, and we'll complete the scenario. Okay, so just keep syslog in your mind. Now, another thing that people has been asking for is the ability to programmatically to access the search data from your account. And so, introducing our new search API, okay, that is now available. Yeah? The hardcore guys here likes it. It's like, I don't like your UI. I like my dashboard, whatever I build it in. So, okay, so you get to do whatever you want now. Here's the API. So it's just a REST API. It's really simple. So, but it's actually very hard to demo because all this URL is hard to type. But what we're doing through our search API is that when you link your OMS account to your Azure subscription, which you need to do in order to get more, is how we say, purchase. If you want to get more, then you need to link it to an Azure subscription. And when you do that, right, then you get access to the Azure Resource Manager. The Azure Resource Manager is basically an API that allows you to get access to any Azure resources in your subscription. And OMS, Log Analytics, is one of them. Okay? And so, what I'm going to do here is that you can do something like, I want to look at all my save searches, right? So I got an ARM client installed on here, and I'm calling it through PowerShell right now. But you can see that I'm just calling basically calling the get operation, and here's the resource path to it, right? So the GUID right after subscription is my subscription ID, and then there's a resource group. That's where my data center is, and my resource provider, which is OI, stands for Operational Insights, and Operational Insights, and then the workspace, and that's my workspace name, Musheta prod -public. And you may ask, what is Musheta? Musheta is Danelli Musheta, one of the PM on my team. I don't know why the heck he used his last name for this workspace. Is causing me to just typing nightmare ever since. But I got 400 million data in here, so I'm not going to move that. And so let's call it. So I just submitted the request, and now it's going over to the cloud, and wow, it's getting you all the save searches back. Okay, so that's the list of my save searches. And you can also do things like simple. I can save a query in here. So a query is that star. I'm looking for everything into a variable. Okay, a JSON, basically a mini, tiny JSON document. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to submit this search through a search request, right? Search. It's so long just to get to this little thing right here. And I'm giving it the variable, which I have put up here, right? The problem with doing this with command prompts, everything lands on the bottom. Let's move it up a little bit. And we return some result set for you. In order to get through all of the result set, you have to basically take the ID that comes back at the top of the package and then basically submit it again to get, basically, another set and another set and another set. Okay, and that's how you can get all the results. Now, I highly would not recommend you to do the following. Okay, you're going to basically send 100 billion events to OMS, and then you're going to use the search API to get back 100 billion events down to, I don't know, who knows where, to do some more processing on it. Okay? So please do use search, actually search something. Take that 100 billion log entry, reduce it down to maybe, I don't know, 10,000, something more manageable, right? And then take that out of through the API and do whatever you want with it, right? Count it, get some averages out of it, whatever you want. Just please don't take, 100 billion data and throw it across the cloud and ocean. And it's not good for the world. You're wasting bandwidth and compute. Should start a compute recycling program. It's worse than just using plastic bottle and just throwing in the garbage by doing that. It's not green, okay? We give you this power not to be abused like this. Okay, all right, we got the search API. Now I want to show you another command, a new search command that will allow you to take correlation to another level. And it's our brand new in command, okay? So imagine the following scenario. What is going on? Whoa, my mouse got stuck. Okay, all right. So this query is freaking long, so I don't remember it. Thankfully, I have safe search. So ignite, query number 3. That's what I'm going to do. So what I'm looking for here is basically, actually, let's go through query number 1 first. Right? Let's say I have a following scenario. I want to look for all error events in my data repository, but only for servers or computers that are missing patches right now, critical patches. Okay? I want to look at what the heck is going on with those computers. Okay? I don't want to look for everything in my system, but just those computers. How can I do that? Well, the in command will allow you to accomplish that. So basically, what the in command does here is that it's taking 2 searches. Okay? You have one search that says, I want to look for everything of type required updates, and I want to group them by computer. That gives you an aggregated list of computers that are missing patches right now. And then we're going to take that result set and give it to the larger query, which is looking for all of the events that are of error level, okay, severity error. And what it does is it returns only 188,000 error events that are related to computers that are missing patches. Okay, so this is hugely convenient. Without this, in the past, you would be basically jogging those computers down on a piece of paper, and then you'll be entering them with computer 1 or computer 2 or computer 3, right? That's terrible. And so we know that is painful, and that's why we gave you this command. Now, another way to use this is that in this query, what I'm looking for is I want to look for all computers that have high rate of configuration changes, right? Using chain tracking, I know how much changes has been occurring on the system. So let's say in the last 7 days, if my change count is greater than 10, I want to look for, again, all events that are at error level, right? Match that for me. Again, so you can correlate error events with high rate of changes or correlate events with patch assessment. Correlation. It's awesome. All right, so that's my in command demo. Coming soon. Okay, this is stuff that you're going to get really, really soon. Not yet. And again, warning, this is a work in progress, so viewer discretion is advised. You may see stuff not ending up in the right place. It might be an eyesore. You may be offended by it. But I guess that's why you're here anyway. You want to see the new stuff. So there are 3 things that I want to talk about. The order is a little bit mixed up, which is custom field, real-time performance collection, and network traffic capture. So I'm going to bring Satya back on stage to talk about real-time performance collection.
Guys, I've been waiting about 10 years.
You have 2 minutes, by the way. Don't tell too much story.
And 156 days to actually solve this problem for you guys. So Stephen Hall, Jeffrey Patton here are customers of ours, and they've been asking for this feature, so I'm super excited to actually show this off to you.
Tell us what you're doing, Satya. What are you doing?
So right now, what I'm doing is I'm searching for all the performance data in my environment.
Don't stop
right?
doing while you're talking.
Joe makes me work hard. And what I'm doing is I'm searching for performance data on this computer, Bacon SCOM computer, and I'm looking for, say, processor time, right? And again, I'm using all the basic facets that we have in my environment. What we've introduced or will be making publicly available very soon is now we have a way to sample and collect 10-second samples of performance data, and we upload it every 18 seconds. Near real-time performance data is now available with OMS.
Woo! Almost available.
Almost available. It's coming soon, right? Marcin, who's our developer over here, has been working very hard to get this going, and so we'll have it to you guys very soon. What you'll notice is you start to see the chart moving, and you can already see that there's a light blue line showing up. So this is
What is that
10
word
seconds.
beside performance counter?
It says live.
Oh, boy.
All right. Thanks, guys. We hope you enjoy this feature. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Satya. All right, I got 4 minutes left. Let's do this. So the next feature that I'm going to show you is called custom field, okay? And so remember those syslog I was talking earlier about, right? Actually, let's not go there yet. Let's do sysmon event. Sysmon event. How many people know about sysmon? This neat tool that Mark Rusinovich has built. I don't know how he finds time to do all of this stuff, write novel, and then, design Azure all up. But anyway, let's look for sysmon events, okay? So I got sysmon events collected in my environment right now, and, well, not in the last 6 hours. Let's look for them. Where are you? Oh, that is because I have to switch to my fancy dev environment right here. Because this is not available publicly yet. This is only available in my dev account. Again, don't do this. Give us your contact so that we can talk to you. Okay? So you see this little dev tool right here? When you see this, you've got a dev account. You'll never see this. Okay, so this is my dev account right here. That toolbar is super annoying, but I'm going to go into search. Yeah, go away. I'm going to type equals to event, sysmon, okay. All right. Mark Rusinovich is going to give me some events. All right, so now, you've been wondering, for those of you who've been using OpInsight for a while, why the heck do we give you that stupid event data XML blob that looks like a giant eyesore, right? It's like, are these guys crazy? Do you recognize that this is not for human to read? We understand, but we've been planning for this feature all along, so we kept that data in there for you so you can do the following. I'm going to go to event data right here. When you click on it, you've got a new command called extract fields from event. So that brings it up, my editing view on how I want to extract fields, okay? Now, all the other guys out there, they're going to make you write some like regex and crazy stuff like that. We're not going to have you do that. We're going to let you do the following, okay? Let's say I want image. Where's image? Image. Come on out. Did I miss it? Oh, yeah. Thank you. All right. Start from the left. It's fragile. I'm going to highlight this thing. I'm going to call it sysmon image ignite. I'm going to say create this field based on the sample that I got. Okay. I'll scroll down a little bit. The machine learning is now working and is analyzing all of the data in my account and it's extracting the fields on events that it believes is similar to the one that I picked, and it's extracting out the image field for me. And I can then save this rule right? This will then instruct our ingestion engine in the future that as the data comes in real time, will then extract this field for you so that you can do the following. You can go back to search, and again type event equals to sysmon, or equals to event, looking for sysmon events. And I have done some cooking beforehand, which says I want to extract this Windows sysmon image right here. And you can group by images, which I don't have before. And now you can create your own field. Coming soon. Okay, in under 25 seconds, I'm going to give you one more new thing. This is called wire data. Basically, we're going to leverage the agents to now extract network traffic that is coming in and out of the box. When you add the wire data solution in here, what we're doing is we're basically working with the message analyzer team. You know, Netmon, good old Netmon. We still got developers working on that, and those guys are smart. And so we're saying, like, stop working on some old thing. Like, bring this into the cloud. And they're like, yay! And that's what they did. And so what we're doing is we're using that technology, strip out all the unnecessary stuff, right, and put it into our agent, super lightweight, super thin, and be able to extract all the network traffic out in here so that you can examine things like, outbound, inbound traffic. You can look at the application and the protocols involved in here. You can sort them, you can slice them, you can dice them however you want, okay? And so one of the things that you can do is you can, for example, group by application protocol. In this case, called unknown. But most of my traffic in here is HTTPS. I can drill into that. And I can do things like I want to group by the destination IP. Where's my destination IP? Remote IP. So I'm going to group by remote IP, right? And this is weird. How come there's so many outbound traffic going to a single IP address, when the distribution is so low for the rest of them? This looks like a security investigation that we need to do. But if you want to learn how to do more of that, come to the 1:30 meeting. Threat analysis using log analytics. Tigran and I is going to give you a whole bunch of demo there. I'll see you there at 1:30, okay?